Thank you for the invitation. I come from Aalto University, which is, in a way, it's a new university with quite long history. It was founded 2010 by merging the Helsinki University of Technology, the Helsinki School of Economics, and the University of Art and Design. So 3 leading universities in science and technology and economics and art and design was brought together under the name Aalto University. The name Aalto comes from Alvar Aalto, who was the architect who used to study in all these 3 universities, and is also the designer of the campus. I think you may guess that the idea is to bring the science and business and art and design together to create something new. And in a way, with the early days, we were talking about innovation university. That caused a lot of trouble in Finland. People hate it. That was not what universities were supposed to be or do. And we forgot the slogan for some years, but now it's back. And it seems to work quite well, actually. There's a lot of research now going on what has came up with this merging of these 3 universities and coming up with something new. Someone has said that changing universities is a bit harder than moving a cemetery from one location to another. And yes, it seems to be quite hard to renew universities. But in a Finnish context where we are, we really saw that there must be something done. The universities doesn't deliver what they were supposed to do, and one solution was to bring the science and art together with technology and business. And in a way, it really means that we mix everything. We bring our students together to same labs and studios and renew same time the science education, the scientific research, and the research in business and economics and in art and design. We've been also doing quite a lot of defining that what are the areas we really want to operate in certain profiling. That, for instance, we have 4 schools in science and engineering, and then business school and art and design, and we don't have social sciences, we don't have medical school, we don't have a law. But then even with this quite broad science, engineering, economics and art and design, we've been trying to focus on certain areas where we can have the biggest impact internationally, globally. And we've been defined that with these different disciplines, we look the human-centered living environments, practically the cities, the way of people living. Health and well-being is a big issue. Energy solutions is another one. And then the core areas, what we are approaching, these are kind of these multidisciplinary topics, come from ICT and digitalization. The computer science department is almost half of the university. So it's quite strong in our case. Art and design, we have a long tradition in there. Material sciences being central in the history of these especially in the engineering and science side, and then the global business dynamics. And kind of with this introduction, I want to get into the online learning part as well, but we talk a lot about open innovation ecosystem. The things are run, we have a focus what we do, but then we are extremely open. We have quite like simple policies for this openness. For instance, our campus is open 24/7 for anybody to walk in and attend the facilities. We invite to the campus itself companies and civic society organizations to work in there, to get a close connection with the academics and with the university itself. And certain level of openness of the campus and then the online operations as well is something which we are looking for. Then getting more into the online learning, I have a few examples. And on that area, in my own research group, we have done something like 15, 20 years research on this topic. 2007, 2008, I organized, or we organized with my research group, MOOC. It wasn't massive, but it was definitely open education all in all. And we are building on those learnings from more than 10, 15 years of experimenting with online learning in various ways. This now in Finnish, this example, and this is something which we did with the university and then with our partners, including Teacher Education Department of the University of Helsinki, and then some just activist teachers. We organized a MOOC for primary and secondary school teachers, and we've been reaching now in 2 years more than 20% of the Finnish teachers. So practically in every school in Finland there is a teacher who's been attending on the MOOC to learn programming and to teach programming. And I think it's a good example which builds on what we've been doing, experimenting with these from long time. It's extremely open, but it's programmed anyway. It's all the learning materials are available for anybody, so you can study independently if you want. Then you can join the course, the program, have a look what's happening over there. If you want to get a certificate, you do certain assignments and then you will get the certificate. But it's quite similar what you were telling about your open education ideas. But I think we are balancing with this, that there's a program, there's assignments, and then you get the certificate if you are interested in. And it's been really, really successful, and it's been not done by the university as such. It's been a network of players from different universities, also active teachers who've been wanted to be the coaches in those groups. Then internally with the university programs, we've been launching, and this goes back to this transparency and openness idea. We have something called My Courses, which is a service. This is just a My Course on my courses, what I'm teaching, and kind of the driving force to get visibility. We have 4,000 faculty and staff members, so it's a quite big community of academics and then about 20,000 students. And the visibility and the transparency is done in such a way that with the My Courses, which is an online learning platform, every course what is in our system will automatically have a My Courses page. In 90% of the cases they are fully empty, but the basic information is there and the tools are over there. So that will open up the discussion that the students will come to the professors and saying that, hey, why I can't get the materials from the My Courses as the course exists in there. So it's like just introducing it for everybody. Another thing which we've been experimenting, and it comes from this art and design studies and also in science and engineering studies, what we try to keep is that in our case we consider our students to be actually researchers. What do you do as a university student? From the day one you are supposed to do research. Studying is one form of doing research. So we bring them to the labs and we bring them to the studios, how we can do this in an online environment, how we can have groups of students working on certain real problems and trying to get over those. And often it means that we need to give up the massive side. We need to have a smaller groups of students working on certain topics and build the organization so that it still works. There's certain idea of tacit knowledge, which is transferred only when you have a close collaboration between people, is a real challenge, what we've been trying to work out. I've been running some of my courses with, there's another course I've been teaching, and in here we have it's like a blended learning. We have online parts, and then we have a hands-on workshop with the students where they are creating their own things, and then we have a reflection afterwards. And like this, art and design has a long tradition of studio-based teaching and learning, where the students are doing their own art or design, and then there's a close-by supervising available when they need it, or the professor going around and giving advice. And how we organize this, for instance, in this experimental course, now in this autumn, we made it that there's a bit of flipped classroom idea too. There's always a topic to go through before the classes, which are then online video conference meetings. So everybody will come to the discussion with some background information they know that they need to discuss about. And then we have a 2-hour session which is facilitated with a group of 30-40 students in each of them. And when we look at the online learning, we really don't want to give up this idea of students getting engaged in doing research and doing their own art and design as part of their studies, and of course on their own level. Why is this? I think in all in the Finnish educational system, there's a quite strong belief or knowing of the growth mindset thinking and multiple intelligent thinkings from the research. It's broadly understood that, and kind of the attitude that everybody learns everything. It's just a matter of how much do you practice those things. Practicing you will growth, and working harder you will learn whatever you want to learn. And finding your internal motivation is the crucial thing, and that can be supported by the educators and teachers. Closing, we really built a campus university, but it's extremely open, as I said. It means also that for the online environment, it's this transparency that everybody will find what kind of research do we do. Everybody will also find how do we teach our courses. Anybody may go to my courses and have a look at what kind of materials are there, what kind of activities students are requested to do. Everybody can't participate. We have people need to register to do the credits or to be part of those lab works and the studios, which is limited in time and space. We can't allow that for everybody. There's an idea of university being a platform, and I think I want to end this with something which was happening last week, which is a Slush Conference in Helsinki, which gathered 17,000 people, 2,000 startups, and almost 1,000 investors. It's the European largest startup event now. And that's been a result of this Aalto open and innovation ecosystem. It's not run by the university, but it was started up by our students, which I think university can be proud that we didn't kill that, which seems to happen often. When there's good ideas coming up, universities comes with their power and can't enable things to happen. Same goes with the startup scene all in all. Now there was a quite recent study showing that from the Aalto University, half of the startups of the whole country comes from our university, and the rest of the universities are sharing the other half. So enabling things to happen seems to be crucial, and it happens through this openness for anybody to come and contribute and to follow what do we do, and then finding the interesting things. Thank you.
Thank you very much.